Today we were learning about expressions and equations, and this is an expression, and the parts of the expression are this. There are two terms. There's like two parts of it. So here's a part and here's another part. So there are two terms. The number that sits right next to the variable is the coefficient. And then, of course, that would make this the variable. And this would be the constant. So, let's take a look at number 1. It is 11w plus 0.9 plus 20 and 1/2. I tell the kids start with what you know, and usually they know the variable and the coefficient. So the variable, if you have a variable, you have a coefficient. They go hand in hand. So the variable would be a w. Coefficient is the number in front of the variable. That's a c. And the number in front of the variable is an 11. And there are three parts. Here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. So that means there are 3 terms. And the constant would be the numbers without the variables, or whatever's left is what the kids were saying today. There you go. There's the constant. You could have more than one variable. You could have only one. Like, take a look at number 2. It is 103y. Start with what you know, the variable is y. If you have a variable, you have a coefficient. I'm going to abbreviate it. 103. There's only one part of the problem. So there's only one term. And there is no constant. So we're just going to write none. And we'll do another, let's look at number 4. 5p plus 3p plus 8 squared. Start with what you know. Kids were asking, do I need to write it down twice if I have the same variable? You do not. So the variable, it's the same. You could have more than one variable, though. It's only p. Remember, if you have a variable, you have a coefficient. Coefficient would be 5 and 3. How many terms? How many parts are there? There's 1, 2, 3 parts, so 3 terms. And your constant is 8 squared. I also told the kids that if they have a term and there is no number in front of the variable, let's say, for example, they have 15d plus e. If there's no number in front of the variable, it means there's only a 1. You can't see it, but it means that there's 1. Okay, something like number 7, it says write an expression, and it has 8 long blocks and 5 little ones. So the students get to pick the numbers. Students get to pick the letters, the variable that represent the long blocks. And I'm going to pick R just because it's my last name. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, they don't look the nicest. And I'm just going to identify each one. R, 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 R. So the expression is 8R plus 5. The long blocks are represented with the variable and the coefficient. And the constant is represented by the little small ones. And something like number 9, it says 4u plus 2. So that means they have 4 long ones, and they all have a u in them. And then 2 little ones. And that's it.